Alright guys, so today we are going to print, let's just refresh this, should be alright. We're going to print the main hull and for this boat. So this is up on Thingiverse and it's not free. It's about £7.58, something like that, or somewhere in that ballpark, and actually it might be a bit cheaper. Might be more like £5.38, but it's pretty good. Well designed, some good design stuff built in here. It's basically a jet boat, and on the previous video I showed you how you can get hold of it. And it's got two walls effectively, so you don't really need too much in the way of top and bottom thickness. So I think I'm doing 3 layers top, 3 layers bottom, just so you've got a good joiner here, where these two lugs will let themselves into the uh, nose section. I'm using no infill, 220 on the temperature because that seems to suit my PLA I'm currently using, and print speed of 60. Using a broom mostly, just don't really need a broom with this, but make sure it's sitting flat, and all the sort of usual settings. I'm using a 0.25, 0.4 head, 0.25 layer height, 0.4, which is pretty good. And I'm going to print this body out in green. So, oh, looks like my camera might need repositioning. Or maybe not. Oh, I see, it's got a scroll bar now. Oh, that's new. Okay, that's pretty cool. So I'm just bringing the temperature up on the print head, sorry, on the base to 60. May as well bring that up down to 210 because my print temperature is going to be 220. And let's send that out to Octoprint. There you go. So you now can see our temperatures coming up. Keep making improvements to both Cura and to Octoprint. Which is good. Must admit these tools are getting more and more useful. One of the features I quite like is the ability to show the layer at the top and also this little mini print display. And you get these add-ons with Octoprint behind the scenes from the settings, so you can come down to your add-ins somewhere under that little the plugin manager or whatever, and you can download these from their main library. All right, it looks like there's a new plugin available. This takes you to their sort of GitHub. You can snap in new updates into it, so I'll probably add that a little bit later. The Thingiverse files, I think I explained already. Oops, let's get up to Thingiverse. Pylon Racer jet boat. Looks like people are either hijacking Thingiverse for commercial purposes, like some of the stuff is free, but it looks like people are starting to bring their own designs and charge you for them, but that's good in a way. This is actually a really beautiful design. There's a few things missing on it, and I've updated on the comments section what's missing. You're going to have to get yourself a seal for the hull because it's not provided, and you can either buy one. I suggest you go to the comments, and I've commented up there the other day, so I put the links to the rivet nut that you need, which is a captive nut that you use a soldering iron to weld, or you can glue it in, because you'll need those to screw into the hull to form both for the lid and for the jet motor mount at the back. You'll need your M3 hex bolts. You can buy them as a pack. I suggest you do that rather than buying them individually. They're obviously a bit cheaper that way than buying individual. You can look for an O-ring silicon seal, or like I did, you can print a TPU one. So I've just gone for the biggest. They're a bit pricey, but it is a good seal. So you can maybe get yourself a couple of those. And yeah, the rivet nut. We bring that up. There you rivet nuts. All right, you basically put a soldering iron in there, and then heat it up, and then push it down into the PLA. You can even use a bit of super glue and just push it in. It's up to you how you create a seal. So I found those as well. What else did I find? Yeah, we come back to the comments. So a lot of this stuff is all on Amazon really, or you can probably pick it up on eBay. Your motors, I go for the 220, which gives you a bit more power. I picked up a couple of these. They look pretty good, seem to get a good rating. They're only £8.99, so that's a good price. And these are rear mounted. You don't need this plate at the back. You just rotate this around until it aligns with the bracket, the mounting bracket. So that's pretty much all you need to complete this boat, because the designer didn't include those. So I'm going to give that a go. Should get it all finished. These bits you probably need to change the layer height to get a nice smooth prop. This one looks pretty good actually. So you might need to drop to a 0.1 or maybe use adaptive layering. So I'm going to experiment with that. You might even want to consider using ABS rather than PLA. Mine's a bit grainy at the moment, but it's just the type of PLA I've been using. So I might actually try and print another one out and see if I can get the layer, the smoothness there rather than getting the jaggy edges where it's obviously goes through the layers when you print it. But apart from that, it's come out pretty good. There's two types of hole top, one with a fin and one without the fin. And underneath the hole, I think there is this groove. I might try and experiment with bringing that into Fusion 360 to create this seal. I just drew out a seal, but it's not the actual shape, although it's roughly the correct dimensions, and I've cut it in the corners and fitted it into mine, super glued it in. So I'm experimenting with either TPU seal or I'll try the silicon seal. The silicon's obviously a lot more flexible and it's more likely to make a really good seal. Last thing you want is water into electrics. So that's about it. The rest of it is fairly straightforward. It's not difficult to print this one out as long as you've got a bit of knowledge about printing and watch my previous videos. You'll be able to figure out how to get a really nice print of these materials. All right,